Today we're going to look at just a couple types of spaghetti that can sell for some really phenomenal prices. Hey, it's Don. Today we're going to talk about vintage spaghetti. Now, we're not talking about food. We're talking about the spaghetti ceramics and pottery figures that you will find out there. There's many different kinds of these. There's different varieties and there's different styles of spaghetti depending on the year. But there's basically only one version of it that you really want to look for. Now, this is a vintage original late 1940s through very early 1950s. One big deciding factor on some of these are the ones that have gilt. But the spaghetti that you want is tiny, teeny little strands of spaghetti. As these progressed, the strands of spaghetti got huge. It was almost like thin spaghetti, and some of the real late ones from the late 60s, early 70s literally look like they took spaghetti and stuck it to the pieces. It's obviously ceramic strands. It took a lot of time to put all of these on here. So that's why they're worth some money. Most of the ones you run into, though, will be the thick, newer style spaghetti, which was mass produced. These styles here, these earlier ones with the fine spaghetti, are the ones I always make the money on. Now, this fabulous one here is a poodle. It's an original, as I said. This is worth at least 75 bucks as you see it here. Now, I paid $4.99 for this one, if that gives you any idea on the value. Now, it doesn't have to be poodles. They also did all types of cute dogs like this one here. Very cute. They come in pairs usually, or sets just like this. Again, look for the tiny, teeny strands of spaghetti. Those are the true old vintage ones. That is how you distinguish the difference. 85 to 90% of every spaghetti figure I see out there are not these fine ones. I only buy the fine, tiny little strand ones of spaghetti because those are the ones that are going to be worth the most money. Let's show you some examples and give you some ideas on the fabulous pieces that are out there that can get you some really good money. Now, Christmas ones, as I said, are the hottest ones in the entire spaghetti ceramics field. This is a fabulous piece here, Napco. Now, Napco isn't a huge high-dollar brand, even for these vintage sort of things, other than a certain very specific few things. The Christmas spaghetti are one of their hottest pieces out here. These always sell. I don't care what it is, as long as it's vintage, original, styled, made to look realistic, that's the type you want. And if you look closely, you can see that it's small, individually tiny strands of spaghetti all the way around. Lots of work goes into making these, and that's why they sell for so much. Lefton made some as well. Any of the Christmas brands that make Christmas ceramics in general had some form of spaghetti. The spaghetti on this one is the fur around her hood. Very cute, very nice piece here. The sled runners are candy canes in this one as well. 570 bucks, 37 bids. Quite a few bids on this one, to say the least. Just like any other 40s, 50s, 60s items, the color can mean a huge difference. Pink, the 1950s pink or turquoise blue, always sells for some good money. Here's a fabulous pair of pink poodle bookends with the spaghetti all over. Just some nicely detailed pieces. 258 bucks. Excellent, excellent items here. I look for the pink. The pink are the hardest ones to find in my book. I very rarely run into anything pink in the spaghetti field. Now here's a very cute piece, a family of cats with the kittens. They have green eyes. Green eyes are always sought after in the cat field. Now these are a little different. They're not the standard thin style you would normally see, but these are pointed tips. Somebody took extra care to make sure each one of those was swooped and formed into a specific curl as they came. Just as much work as the small, thin ones. It's not a newer one. This one dates to the original era of the production of these sorts. It has damage. It has crazing. Some of the hairs are damaged as well. It still went for almost $200. So if you find some and there's some broken hairs or something, that doesn't really worry me or bother me for the most part, unless it's major, major damage. Like with the crazing aspect of it, many people don't mess with crazed items, which are the little tiny hairs and cracks throughout the surface finish of pottery. But in this case, they're hard to find in any form, so some minor issues like that will be overlooked, and they still will sell for some decent money. Now, many of these may not even be marked, too, so it doesn't seem to matter at all. I have sold unmarked pieces for as much as marked pieces across the board. It doesn't really determine the value. Now, obviously, there may be some companies that their items go for more than all of the other ones. Now, when you're looking out there trying to price them, you will notice tons, as I said, 85 or 90% of what you run into or see on eBay will not be the finely detailed pieces. They will not be the small, thin strands of spaghetti. Again, that is the number one thing you need to look for. If it's the big fat pieces of spaghetti, thin spaghetti, actual size of spaghetti, I don't mess with most of those because those are a dime a dozen compared to these earlier pieces here. Now here is a Napco set. These are reindeer, and it's the fur around the saddle on the reindeer that has the spaghetti on it. It's teeny, it's tiny, it's fragile. Most all of these Napco reindeer like this go for some good money, individually or as a complete set. This is not the whole set, and it still went for $175. Now here's a really adorable set here. This is a pair dancing, blue and pink. It's not the traditional blue, but it's still a fabulous assortment here. You can see very well the intricate detail, the small, teeny tiny spaghetti strands that are used on these earlier pieces. And that's what you need to look for. Now here's Napco Ware, which is by Napco obviously as well. It's a whole set of these tiny, cute little Christmas tree ornaments with the spaghetti around the hats as well. $138 for this one. 42 bids. It's a whole vintage little box here. I look at boxes when they're closed, and that's an area that many people walk by. They may think it's junk because of what's written on the box or the style of the box in general. Stuff like this, I open up every single box wherever I go. That's how you make more money. A lot of the small, tiny Japanese figures about yay high do extremely well for us. Spaghetti or not, but the spaghetti ones go even better. This is a very cute one. Obviously, it's father time, bedtime, little kitten in there. Really nice one here, almost $130. Here's an anthropomorphic set. Dogs trying to imitate people in form with clothing and the whole works. This is a cute one here as well. Sometimes you'll find cloth add-ons like the veil for the bride. Sometimes the veil will be ceramic. They will have turned it into like a lacy ceramic piece. These are very fragile. Again, look at the actual spaghetti itself. It's teeny, it's tiny, it's small. That's a key to it. $125 here. This one's marked, so you can kind of date this one as well by that. Here's a real nice set here as well. Now, I've seen and found a few of these, but never with the shade for the lamp. That's usually gone or broken on these. This one has the spaghetti, the finely detailed spaghetti around the edge of the angel's dress. Very nice, $122 for just these three. You can find lamps as well. Here's a nice example of a pink poodle. Now, it won't go for as much as the poodle might have had it been single on its own without the lamp in there. One thing, as I showed you earlier, she has a gold band around the neck, and those are usually a sign that they're worth looking at closely and probably buying. Those are vintage early, late 1940s, early 1950s, all the way to have that gold. Lovely blue eyes in this one also. $85, so it still went very well. Now, there's another type of spaghetti involving lamps as well from the very same time frame, but it doesn't have to do with ceramics of any kind. These are the spaghetti lamp shades and things along that line. It's strands of lucite spun in a spaghetti pattern, basically around a form. So once the form is removed, they have the overall shape of the shades. I've seen them make modern-day versions of these actually before. Very nice Danish modern mid-mod century piece here, $809. Just a really spectacular piece here. It's still considered spaghetti. You would still list spaghetti in the title to get the best money for these. Swag lighting was huge in the 1950s and 60s. Here's a real nice example of a swag orange spaghetti lamp here, mid-century modern, excellent piece, $325. Really nice one. One last final example here just to show you how they hang from the ceiling. Many people haven't seen one of these actually hanging up before. We have swag lights at our house right now similar to this. This one went for $325. It looks like it's a little earlier by the shape of the mount where the bulb is actually connected to. Really nice piece here though. Now I do love the vintage spaghetti, but it has to be the original. As I said with the ceramics, make sure it's the finely detailed small strands of spaghetti. Now with the lamps and such forth, it doesn't seem to really matter. All of these sorts will always get you some really good money. But anyway, that's what I have for you today. Well, there you go. Hopefully that gave you some ideas, some thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button down below. You can also hit the bell icon to be notified if I post new content or go live. Subscribe and tell all your friends.
Of the big chase. Officer Roadblock grabbed a squad car to stop Cuckoo before he got away.
That's the barricade!
And Officer Taser brought the paddy wagon to blast Hyena. Cop, squad car, and paddy wagon sold separately with caps.